Okay, Jason King and Ashley Hodge here for the Sic'Em 365 podcast. Man, I'm excited today. I know you are too, Ashley, because for one, the Bears won last night. They're in the Final Four for the first time since 1950. And number two,
there you go, baby.
We got our favorite podcast guest, everyone's favorite podcast guest, Marl Vital, back on the show from his hotel here in Indy. Mark, what's this morning? What was last night like after the win? And you got back to the hotel, and what's this morning been like?
All right. So like I was saying, man, I had mixed emotions. I was super happy. I was super happy we went to go to the Final Four since 1950, right? Something like that, crazy like that. And so that really changed everything, and my whole perspective on everything changed because we just changed the whole culture. You always knew people get to Elite Eight. Now we made it to the Final Four, so we start a new era. And just realizing that we were the first in history to do that, man, that makes me so excited. And then I got a competitive side, saying the job is not finished. We still got time to go. You know what I'm saying? We still got games to win. We can't just be, too happy that we went to the Final Four. So a lot of teams and a lot of guys realize when they get to the Final Four, this is their championship. And I don't want that to be our championship.
Right. Absolutely. I looked at you down on the court. I think it was you last night, kind of right after the horn sounded and after the prayer. Did you kind of just lay out in the middle of on top of the logo and just lay there and look up at the ceiling for a while and kind of take it all in?
Because I really, bro, I believe in law of attraction. And whatever you put out there into the universe, you receive back, and I've been manifesting. I've been doing this for a while, just thinking man, one of these years, I did 5 years here. I got to get a Final Four out of one of these years. I had it planned out before. I'm not leaving Baylor without, making it to the Final Four, doing something. I promised that to Coach Drew. And then when it happened, the only thing I could do is just lay back and shed a couple of tears and be man, it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people think I was just laying there. No, I was actually just looking at the sky and just praying, telling God, man, it's crazy. I put it out there. We had a vision board. We did everything, and it happened. And so everything that we've been putting out there, we've just been receiving.
Yeah.
And so I just want to give, glory
to
God for that.
Were there a few tears shed last night? I mean, tears of happiness, from the guys? I mean, I know no one was bawling or anything, but could you sense some different kinds of emotions last night?
I think I was the only one that probably understand the struggle. Not saying it but I feel like I was the only one that really understand the struggle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
From NITs to bad season, them saying that Coach Drew can't coach. For me going through this whole season without the proper training I had and gaining a little, gaining some pounds and not being in my best top shape, and to get that relief, knowing that all that's going through, I mean, I was emotional. Some of the guys probably just happy, but for me, it was emotional because I understand what Ish went through. I understand what Martin went through. I went to that Sweet 16 and lost. I didn't play, but I went to that Sweet 16 and I lost. And so, to know that, I was man, I got to, really just understand what's going on right now. Because it didn't hit me until that buzzer sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm dang, it's crazy. So I was really emotional.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, that was a very what's the word I want to use? The whistle was very tight. There was lots of fouls called. Yeah. They got 3 fouls on Davion pretty early in the first half. I think you only played 18 minutes. They kind of took you out of the game with some fouls that were questionable. I know the Villanova game was different. It was a lot more physical. They let you play. I mean, do you prefer those games where the refs just let you play a little bit and not have such a happy whistle?
Yeah, I know that a lot of refs call a lot of things different.
Right.
I know that a lot of refs call a lot of things different. Everything's not going to be called like the Big 12. Like I said before, one of the referees, I don't like speaking on the refs, but one of the referees told me before that this is not the Big 12, because the way I play is physical. In the Big 12, you got to be physical to survive.
Right.
And I understand that you can't play physical, but basketball is basketball.
Right.
And if at the end of the day, if I can't play hard and I got to foul out every game, which I know it's not good for my team. I got to learn how to back off sometimes.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I play hard. So of course I'm gonna get fouls if a referee is like, hot on the whistle. But if a referee just letting us play like Villanova, that was fun. It was a great game because we all battling. It's a battle. That's something that people want to keep. And like I feel like a lot of the game now, going into the future is getting soft because it's not physical. It's not as physical as it used to be. And like when a guy throws his head back, it's a foul now, or a guy fall down and trip, it's a foul. I'm just saying, like, I just feel that everybody just needs to play hard and just compete. It's not competitive like it used to be.
Yeah. Hey, I want to show you a clip. This is from our studio guys. They did a post-game call-in show last night after the game, and I'm going to share my screen here and show this to you real quick, and I want to get your reaction.
All right, let's see.
All right, so this was after the win. They were showing them watching the game.
Yeah.
Hey, look, he got powered up. Look, he says it's over.
He said it's
over. Hey, what's so classic about that? I want everybody to realize about that. My plan was not to foul out 10 seconds after that, but it made it so much better. It made it so much better that I got that dunk, that highlight dunk, and then got fouled out.
Yeah.
We got some Wi-Fi.
Then it was over with. Everybody's like, well, he's going to take a nap after this.
Yeah. I have kind of felt for you a little bit, because you worked so hard to get to this stage, and then especially being a senior, and then you have the Hartford game where they kind of screwed you over there on that tech and some fouls, and then this game where you didn't get the minutes you want. Is it more frustrating just knowing that, like, hey, this is my last shot at this, and I want to get as many minutes as I can?
Hey, I feel like they really treat me like Dennis Rodman, man. I'm really getting treated like Dennis Rodman. Like, I really was watching one of his games and saying that referees would call stuff on him just to like slow him down so that the pace in the game wouldn't get out of hand. And everybody know that me being a pace car and the energy of this team, I feel like sometimes they do it just to, hey, man, you got to calm down. We don't need it to be a physical game, and it got in the hand. I understand that also. But at the same time, like, man, I do get frustrated, man, because I've been wanting to just play hard. And, like, I can't help it and I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm cocky, but I can't help it if I'm playing harder than the next player.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If he's not ready to come out and play as hard as he can, that's, you know what I'm saying? You can't stop me from playing hard. If I snag a rebound over somebody and they fall, that's on them because they decided not to play hard. And I don't know, like, they treat me like Rodman, man, like a real Dennis Rodman. Like, I really haven't gotten my groove yet. And then you're giving me rest at the same time. That's the positive side of it. But I hope the Final Four, they let us play where, I can show the world what I'm really capable of. Right now, they really don't know who I am. Some people might, but they really don't.
Right.
Yeah, good point. Last thing about last night before we move forward, but I just thought that the whole scenario surrounding that game was interesting because I feel like if you win that game, then everyone's like, okay, Baylor's really one of the top 4 teams in the nation, even though I know that you are, whether you would have won or lost. But I mean, so many times when you have these great teams like you guys are, if you don't make the Final Four, people are like, oh, they were a fraud or whatever, which I don't think is fair, but that's how it is. Was there any kind of pressure on you guys last night? Like, man,
this Wi-Fi is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Mark?
This is terrible.
Are you getting me now?
Uh-oh. We can. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
The Wi-Fi is terrible here.
I hear you.
You got me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, was there any extra pressure on you guys last night? I
might just put you on my hotspot, honestly, because this is terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put y'all guys on the hotspot or something. Like.
Okay.
Okay. Should I keep talking here, Ashley? Or
yeah. So,
okay. I just want to know about the emotions going into last night's game with the Final Four on the line, knowing that, like, to really be remembered as a great team, y'all needed to make the Final Four. What kind of pressure was there heading into that one?
I just feel like, all right, I just feel like it's a one or no game. Like I think what makes these games so impactful and make guys so nervous and everything like that is the title of the game. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If it makes sense, like it's the Final Four, it's the Elite Eight, it's the Sweet 16. That title really scares some guys. In my opinion, I just think that every game is another game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a game that you got to go in and you got to play and go 1-0 every game. And I feel like some guys look at the title like, man, it's the Final Four, man. I got to do this or I'm going home. Like if you think like that, you're already lost, in my opinion. If
Yeah.
you go up there with a mindset like I just got to go do what I got to do and just win games or just play my role, I mean, you're gonna win. And what's so special about our team? Guys don't not get jealous of who is the hot hand that night. You know what I'm saying? Like one night was Devion, one night
Mm-hmm.
was Maceo. Like we don't get jealous of that. They got some guys that I heard walking through the hotel that, man, I'm gonna get my drop stock up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And now you at home watching us play because you didn't want to just sit and play your role.
Right.
Like it's the truth, man. And like our team is so full of guys that's so unselfish and keep God first. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You play your role and you just keep going and keep going. And a lot of people consider us as superstars now, or whatever you want to call us. But in my opinion, we all just role players that just know what we're doing. You know, we like
Yeah.
Devion found his role, and now look at him. He's put his drop stock up, everything like that. He don't even care about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He knows what's going on outside.
Yeah.
He don't care about that. Jared knows what's going on. Maceo knows what's going on. You know, everybody talking about me going to play in the NFL. Y'all heard about that too, that rumor
Yeah.
about Russell Wilson and everything. And it's all crazy. And I'm just like, man, like we're here to play, you know, basketball. Like
Right.
we're playing our role and everything like that. So you guys so unselfish on our team.
Hey, what is it like after games when you've played some of these teams that you haven't played before? What kind of respect are they showing y'all when you're shaking hands or talking? I mean, do you think that you're really showing these people like, damn, like these guys are legit, like as far as your opponents?
Yeah, no. I feel like a lot of the, like for Hartford, the coach is like cool with it. Like even though I got kicked out, he said, man, I watched so much film on you that I knew who you were. Like
Yeah.
I got respect for you. And like as far as the players, they respect us. Because like during the game, y'all don't see what goes on the court. But
Right.
we actually be at the free throw line conversating, and guys be saying, like, man, I respect, man, I've been watching film on you. They told me I gotta box you out. Like, I can let you do nothing or let you get energy and get going because you're gonna change the whole game. And like they give you respect after the game, like, man, like y'all team is legit. Like y'all cold,
Yeah.
bro. Like y'all got a chance to win the whole thing. And so there's all respect when it comes to basketball. I mean, some of the guys might not give respect because, you know, some of the guys just not like that, but most of the time they give us respect.
Yeah.
Mark, we're both in Kansas City right now, so we've seen the Marriott hotels connected to the convention center.
Indy, not Kansas City.
Oh, Indianapolis. What did I say? Kansas
It's all
City.
good, bro.
Indianapolis. And so my question is, do you have access to the gym whenever you want it? I know they have like practice gyms set up in the convention center, or do you have to reserve certain times? How does that work?
Yeah, man. So first of all, before we get into that, did y'all see how they did the women?
Yeah,
Man, I didn't like that at all.
right,
I feel like some of the stuff that they did for us, they should have doubled that for the women. Like, my thing is, my mom always told me to treat all women as queens and everything like that. So
Right.
why not treat them more luxury? Like they should have more stuff than us.
right,
And like our weight room, we had so much stuff that we didn't even use.
right.
And like
Yeah.
even with some of the food and stuff and the gear, I seen some of that. Like it was crazy. But like that was bothering me. I'm glad you guys said that. But as far as for like the gym times and all that, like we got a set time that we
Right.
can go to the gym, like 3 o'clock or 8 o'clock. So it's not like just a 24-hour gym that we can just go to, but they take us the time that we can go. And you got to go at those times or you just can't go at all. And as
Yeah.
far as like the little free time and stuff, we in the rooms, man. We only seen outside once. They let us go to Top Golf, but I'm trying to go to the zoo. So hopefully that happens.
I saw you tweet about that. Are you a guy that,
Yes.
that likes the zoo a lot?
Man, I love animals, man. See, you learn something different about me. I love animals, bro.
Yeah.
My favorite animals I like tigers.
Ah.
So when you go to the zoo, do you just sit there and watch and just observe?
Yeah, I actually go to the zoo in Waco sometime. I go sit right there by the thing and eat sometime, or bring my computer out there, like let the people be walking around and everything, and I just be sitting there and I'll be right there by the tigers. And that's a little happy place I go to too. Go to the zoo, even though the tiger was just walking in circles.
Right.
I remember one time I threw an apple over the thing, and the lady's like, "You can't do that." And I was like, "I don't know. I thought he was hungry." Yeah.
Well, speaking of animals, how's Fendi doing? Your dog?
My dog, she's doing good, man. Like,
what happens when you leave for a week?
I got one of my guys, the manager's Connor. He's watching her for me while I'm gone, but I got a shirt for a Final Four shirt. It was a leftover shirt, so I'm gonna make a dog shirt with it. And the national championship, I'm gonna get a 1-2 and a hat.
So Mark, have you ever been to Fossil Rim? Do you know where that is? It's outside Glenrose, and it's like a safari that you can drive through. Like literally less than an hour from Texas. Like you have giraffes, you got antelopes, you got.
You serious?
Oh yeah. Like I mean, you're not gonna have tigers, but it's gonna give you like a little bit of a taste of zebras. I mean, it's if you like animals, you need to.
Yeah, I like animals.
You need to drive up there and do that someday.
I'm down. Like I definitely go down to the summer then. Like I'm down. That's a perfect place. Like after we win the national championship, people like, I want to go to Disney World.
Right.
I'm going to safari.
Yeah, this is like Safari Light. Yeah. All right, so looking ahead to Houston, have you watched any of their games? I mean, you've been stuck in your room here, so were you able to watch some of their games so far? And what are your impressions of them? So,
they're a high energy team. They remind me a lot of Oklahoma State when pushing the ball. They get out and they run and they rebound. So that was one of those teams that you can't let them get going, man, because you let them get going, they good enough to just blow you out. And I mean that like from the bottom of my heart, like, man, them guys are good enough to a point where if you don't come on your high horse, they will blow you out.
Right.
And they coached by a great coach, you know what I'm saying? And they humble, they go, they energy, it reminds me a little bit of our team in a way, but just too different. They just push that ball really like fast, and they great defensive. Some of them are great defensive players too.
Yeah.
Wait. Now let me ask you this question: we are such a great offensive rebounding team. Defensive rebounding, we've been a little weak, and obviously Arkansas got 11 offensive rebounds. Houston's one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. So are we.
Right.
But why are we not better on the defensive glass?
It starts with me not being on the floor.
They're probably true. When you're out.
It starts with me not being on the floor. It's the truth, man. It starts with me not being on the floor, man. And it eats me up, you know what I'm saying? And I leave my guys in there to ride by themselves. And knowing that I'm the best defensive rebounder and offensive rebounder in the country, I got to stay out there.
Right.
And it's just effort. And if I'm not setting that pace card, then nobody's going to be in there setting the pace card to hit guys and rebound. It's the truth. When I'm hitting guys and everything, then you see little Jared even going in there start hitting people when I'm hitting people. So, if I don't start that pace card, man, I got to be in the game for that. Yeah.
I felt like John and Flo both took big steps last night. I felt like, I don't know, man, like even like with Flo, if his numbers don't look great, it doesn't matter. I just felt like he was playing with the confidence and was really active. And are you seeing them kind of, I hate to say they were in a funk, but really kind of make some strides here at a key time?
They found out who they are, man. Yeah. Flo and John, man, they did that on their own. Let me say it like that. It wasn't any coaches. It wasn't any managers. It was just they did it on their own, and they figure out ways to help us win. What people don't see is last night, of course, Devion was getting easy layups, doing everything, but it was because of Flo setting the screen and the inside and sealing his man, making it easy, making it Devion so fast, he can get to a bucket every time. And him and John do a great job doing that. And guys don't see that. Flo is a great pick and roll. John is great at pick and roll. Like, it's so much stuff that goes into John brings that physical presence that people don't see because, of course, he might not get some rebounds, but he wear a guy down. just enough when I come back in the game and guys so tired, it's easy for me. So they both do a good job like sealing. They found out who they are and what they need to do. We got great shooters on the team. We got great scorers. So, like I told him before, you got to find a different role, bro. Like, you can't be trying to be a Jonathan Motley. You can't be that. You might have to go over here and be somebody else. You got to be yourself. So, that's how I see it. But they took big steps.
You mentioned Motley just now. Like, after you guys won last night, were former players hitting you up or hitting anyone else up on text? Who'd you hear from?
Man, before the game, we heard from Tweety, Ekpe, we heard from Quincy Acey, Brady Hill. We heard from all those guys. That whole squad that went to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
And we heard from them guys at the athlete game. Isaiah Austin always showing me love. Royce, Torrent Prince, like the whole alumni, like they were just happy. Like, I feel like it was, I ain't gonna say a curse, but we finally broke it. The Elite Eight through the Elite Eight to the Final Four. And I was so happy to hold that trophy, and they was happy for us. Some guys from different schools might have guys that just don't like the fact that they're winning and their team like succeed in some ways because like we went to the Elite Eight and y'all went to the Elite Eight. We was the better team. I don't mind like that. Like, congratulations, man. Y'all did y'all thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's supportive.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you too. What's it like back in Louisiana? Do you think when you're playing, is your mom and your family? I mean, do they have watch parties? Like, or how do they celebrate moments like this? And is anyone coming up for the Final Four?
Yeah, I got family. Yeah, I got my mom, dad, my auntie, uncle, cousins. Like, I got a lot of people coming. I told them I only got so many tickets though. That's the thing. So I got those coming. But like, as far as like the parties and stuff, nah, we don't have those. I guys just watching at the house and everything. But I'm getting texts while I'm playing. I don't check until after the game, of course. But my mom's always texting me, "You need to shoot this, or you need to get this rebound. You're playing soft." Or my dad's like, "Yeah, like they be tearing me up, and man, you need to do this, you need to do that." And I'm
is
like,
she
all
the
right,
crazy mom? You think that yells at the TV and
she one of those like, "You follow my baby? That's my baby. You following? You heard him? This. I'm like, "Mom, I'm following them too."
That's awesome. So I got probably over 100 texts yesterday, and from some people I went to high school with, I haven't talked to in 25 years because they know what a diehard Baylor basketball fan I am.
I did too.
But I'm just curious, is there anyone that you heard from like maybe your childhood friend, or did anybody just out of the blue that you don't talk to very often just hit you up and say congrats?
Yeah. All that last night.
Yeah.
I heard from somebody that I didn't talk to in about 20, I don't know, however long, man. I'm like, bro, I haven't heard since kindergarten.
Right.
But man, like, what's so crazy is, man, my city always, like, Lake Charles, always been behind me. Yeah. And me winning the Final Four, like I told them, I don't win stuff and do stuff for me. Like, I can play basketball, and tomorrow I can be like, okay, I want to go sell cars and do something like that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I did show y'all that, it's a path. Like, you guys can do something. Even whatever I do might not be whatever you guys want, but they always behind my back. Like, they always behind me. And those guys, man, like Lake Charles, man, they be texting me, "Hey, man, we got you, man. We love you, man." So many kids be so inspired by me.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about you is you have such like wise perspective. I think you're an old soul. You just wise beyond your years. But I always feel like, even with this, although I certainly am not contributing other than my fandom, but the process or the journey is just more enjoyable than the destination. Jason and I talk about this. Like, we love the regular season. I mean, this is all great, but a lot of fans just pay attention in March. But we love the regular season. We love the culmination of the hard work, seeing a team come together, seeing them develop, getting to play to your peak. So with that in mind, what do you think we are as far as how good we could play? Are we 85% of our potential? Are we 90% of our potential? I mean, what do you see?
We probably 85. I'm gonna be honest with you, because we had a spurt, and I don't know if you guys remember. You guys probably do. And Villanova, it was 7 minutes left in the game. I was out, and we had a spurt where we turned them over,
Yep.
turned them over, turned them over, turned them over. We went on a run, and that was the Baylor that everybody know and love. And like the game, everybody talking about like yes, like you said, regular fans wouldn't understand because they didn't respect the struggle. Like you guys seen the struggle and what the team went through. We was at one point, oh no, Gonzaga and Baylor, that's the only two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Till we got our kryptonite, which was the virus,
Right.
and went down. Now we're trying to come back. We like, man, they just don't know. Just not the Baylor that we know.
Right.
So that's how I see it too. Like, it's not the Baylor that people know. Like, I feel like somebody said that as far as Baylor keep going in this tournament, they get more dangerous. I believe that. I believe that. Like, if you keep letting us get far and far, there's only 2 more games now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got to play Houston. We win that game. Then we got whoever going to be in the championship. You know, so that's how I see it.
Yeah, you're building toward that peak. I'm trying to think, like, what's the best game you guys played this year? When were you at your very best?
I want to say against our very
Probably
best.
pre-COVID pause sometime in there, probably. But
Yeah, somewhere in there. I want to say Texas because in a way
that's
I
what
want to say Texas.
I love that win because I felt like they played really well. I feel like you guys took their best shot and still beat them by 14 points or whatever. You know, I just thought you guys were really good.
That's how I see it. What's so crazy about that? And I think about it like this all the time. I was like, man, that was our best game.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. That happened for a reason. Like, we showed the whole world how capable and good we can be, and then COVID hit.
Yeah, that was the last game. Yeah, before COVID. Yeah. Hey, Mark, you given us a ton of time, and we appreciate it. I wanted to just to change the subject. You know, about a month ago, you cracked me up. You called me out on Zoom because my face wasn't on there, and you said, "What are you doing? You eating?" And I actually was not eating at that time. My camera was out, but I do like to eat. And man, Ashley and I have found some good restaurants up here in Indy. Y'all what's it like when you're in quarantine? Like, y'all get to get Uber Eats and stuff, or do you have to eat like what they're sending you or providing for you, or how does that work when you're in a bubble?
So yeah, we got the option to get DoorDash and Uber Eats and everything like that. Like, we still can get that, but they got to drop it off at the front desk. And we also get our food down here. And the food that we get here is like pasta, chicken, like, you know, the typical stuff like that. But when you eat that for like 2-3 weeks, I mean, it gets old, bro. Yeah. And so now you gotta try to find something else. And like they got some nice spots out here. And but them DoorDash and the Uber Eats, that price go up, man. They be hitting your account.
Well, I think Ashley and I would both recommend a place called the Eagle. Fried chicken. That. You had that? And the chicken sandwiches.
They set it up for us. We get one meal a day of wherever, you know, and we had that, and it was real good.
Man, I had a big meal there last night before the game. I had a half chicken and mashed potatoes and everything else. I'm glad I didn't fall asleep. You're a big cook too, right? Because I know on Instagram you're always cooking for people. Didn't you say you go cook for the women's basketball players?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get into that.
What do you make, man?
I was waiting for you to build up to that. Man, I make a lot of food, man. I can make from meal preps to just soul food. And I learned that from my grandma, of course. My grandma taught me, well, not teach me. I used to just be in the kitchen because I was a greedy kid. And I used to sit there and wait for her to finish everything. So I just learned and watched her cook a lot of stuff. And, of course, I had to burn a couple of things before I actually knew how to cook. So I started learning. Then after that, when I got real good, like I cooked for some of the women's team. I done cooked for some of our players. I done cooked for some track. You know, a lot of Baylor people, you know. And I also got this thing where I'm trying to start this thing with Nazir Brooks. He's at Miami now. And I'm trying to start this thing with him. He already got it going where he want to teach the less fortunate or guys that have less to learn how to cook, you know, just to give them an activity. Yeah, so I want to try to get into that too. And I cook from a lot of soul food, though. Like,
give me an example.
I can cook.
Like, when you say soul food, I mean, I know what that means. But like, you talking like just meats or like vegetables? Like, what specifically are you making?
All right, so one dish I can make that a lot of people make is something called a sauce. And inside the sauce is from sausage, chicken wings. It's something similar to a gumbo in a way. Or it's more gravy. It's like chicken wings, sausage, neck bones, all that. And so I learned that. He said, "Ooh, I learned that from her." He want a plate. That's why he
know
asked
it.
me.
Save me a plate, Mark.
Hey, so yeah, but yeah, I cook stuff like that, like a lot of Southern food. Like I know how to make gumbo, from red beans to okra, fried rice, all that. And that just came with like even with chili dogs. I make my own chili, and I make like the sweet chili. It's easy, but I make it myself. And I just do a lot of stuff like that. You know, that's what you do when you're in quarantine and you're bored. You just start doing stuff. And I bought an air fryer, and the air fryer make it way easier. So I mean.
Well, I know you probably try to stay away from Whataburger, but you always got to ask like a Texan or someone that lives in Texas what their Whataburger order is. When you go, do you have you get the same thing?
I get when I go to Whataburger, I get one of those patty melts.
Patty melts, yeah.
I get a patty melt, and I just get just mayonnaise and ketchup with the cheese and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the first time I tried that, I fell in love.
Yeah.
And then the fries and the spicy ketchup. I'm serious. We don't have a Whataburger in Louisiana. So when I tried that for the first time, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I never thought a burger that's just like this dry, like this ketchup and mayonnaise would be this good.
Yeah. Those patty melts are heavy, man. They hand you the bag and it's like, God.
Yes. And then like I had spicy ketchup for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is good. So like anytime I like get a meal I really want to cheat on, like a real meal I want to cheat on. Sometimes I go to Whataburger or I just go to Fridays, of course, in Waco, which is a soul food spot too.
Or Friday, man. All the media love that place. People are always talking about that. Yeah.
I either go there or I'm just cooking my own stuff. I got to a habit where I'm just cooking my own stuff now, though.
Yeah.
It's fun. I put my old school music on, man, and just jam, bro. Like just be cooking. Man,
just because I know you're dying to know, my Whataburger order is double meat.
I swear. No, I was about to ask you, what is yours?
I get double meat with cheese, bacon, and jalapeno, bun toasted on both sides.
Oh, I ain't never heard of that one. Bun toasted on both sides.
Yeah, they just kind of firms up the bun a little bit. But
all right, hey,
double meat
you trying to put me on? Hey, you better stop.
I know. We both need to stop. We're bad for each other.
Hey, we're bad for each other. You better stop. Hey,
all right, Ashley.
I told myself though, when I'm done this summer though, I'm gonna go ahead and get back on the diet and I can actually have a gym and everything, and I'm gonna drop probably like 10, 15 pounds and lean out. And keep my muscle and just get back to being like super athletic and everything. Because right now I'm keeping it real with you. I'm not in my best shape right now, and I'm not, the Marl Vital from last year. But at the end of the day, I still can dunk on you, and I can play a little more defense still and rebound you. So
you showed that last night. Yeah,
no doubt. I don't have anything to add. You made me so hungry that I want to end this so I can go get some food.
Well, hey, man, appreciate it. I know.
I enjoyed y'all, man. I really enjoyed y'all.
Yeah, that's Marl Vital, everyone. Very excited, but definitely not satisfied. And so we'll enjoy the rest of the week, Baylor fans, and hopefully good things will happen. And we'll be back next week with another good Zoomcast. So for Ashley Hodge, I'm Jason King for the Field of 68 and Sic'Em 365.
Hey, we're from Whataburger, man.
All right.